Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we will be previewing the Final Four. So, the games are tomorrow, which is Saturday. The first game starts at approximately 5:15, with the second game following at 8:15. A lot of people are looking for Gonzaga versus Baylor in the championship. Um, I think it has a very, very good chance of having that. But then, so now here's what I think. Whoever wins the UCLA Gonzaga game will win the championship. Gonzaga is, they could either, I think they're going to either pull Kentucky in 2015 and lose in the Final Four to UCLA, or they're going to be the first undefeated champion since 1976 when Indiana did it. I think it's a lot more likely of them winning the championship undefeated. But we're going to talk about that game second, and first we're going to talk about Houston versus Baylor. It's the battle for Texas. This is just some background information about the Battle of Texas, not specifically between these two teams. For the first time in Final Four history, the state of Texas has two representatives. Both schools ended long Final Four droughts. For Houston, it was 35 years, and for Baylor, it was 71 years. The state of Texas has a long drought of a champion. They have not won a championship since 1966, when Western Texas won it all. Alright, now we're going to actually start talking about the game. Houston has not played a single-digit seed this tournament. They started off playing Cleveland State, then they played Rutgers, Syracuse, and Oregon State. They're yet to play a single-digit seed, and Baylor will be a very tough test for them after having lots of easy games. Their best seed was 10 in Rutgers, and what Houston needs to do, get the offensive rebounds. They grab 39.8% of their misses offensively. That is second in the country to North Carolina. And if Houston wants to win this game, that's one thing they need to do, is get the offensive rebounds. For Baylor, what they need to do is obviously not let Houston get the offensive rebounds. So rebound the ball well, and then get the guards going. Between Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, and I think it said Masio Teague. I think that's how you say his first name. But they need to get those three going. So if you can't get those three going and they don't get going until the second half, they're going to need a big comeback, and they're definitely not going to have as good of a chance of winning if at least two of them get rolling right out of the gate. Alright, my prediction for that game is Baylor. I think Houston's played too many easy opponents in a row, and I think it's going to be Baylor's going to be a little bit too much for them to handle. So I'm going with Baylor. UCLA versus Gonzaga. UCLA looks to continue its Cinderella run. Now UCLA is typically not a Cinderella team. The only thing that makes it a Cinderella team this year is its seed in 11. Gonzaga is 2 wins away from an undefeated season. Alright, here is this thing with UCLA. They need strong play from all 5 starters, and they cannot get into foul trouble. The 5 starters are Tiger Campbell, Jules Bernard, Johnny Juzang, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Cody Riley. They're the second team ever to go from the first 4 to the final 4. VCU did it in 2011 when the first 4, the first year the first 4 existed. And UCLA cannot get into foul trouble like they did against Michigan. And Alabama. Juzang fouled out versus Alabama, and UCLA was very lucky they were still able to win without him. And in the game against Michigan, both of their centers that they were rotating both got into foul trouble, and in fact, Cody Riley even fouled out. So UCLA needs to have all 5 starters going. They need to have strong games from all of them, and they need to avoid foul trouble. The X factor for UCLA is Cody Riley, and if he plays good defense without fouling, he could help almost eliminate the Drew Timme factor. Timme is, I'd say, Gonzaga's best player at the moment. He's coming off a great game versus USC. And if UCLA wants to have a chance, they need to stop him. They also need to stop Jalen Suggs. I would put that as number 2 priority defensively. First, stopping Gonzaga from getting in the paint, specifically Drew Timme. Alright, the best case scenario for UCLA is it's a close game, and in the final few minutes, you get perfect play from Johnny Juzang, Tiger Campbell, and Jaime Jaquez. And if they can hit the 3, then if it's a close game and UCLA can easily hit the 3 ball, that could definitely help them have a good chance at the game if it's close. A worst case scenario is Gonzaga runs up the score, they roam the paint, and they just score whenever they want. Now, for Gonzaga, what they need to do is pretty simple. Run up the score, put it out of reach early, and don't let them come back. So, for that game, I'll take Gonzaga, but I want to see UCLA do it. Oh, and just so you know, if UCLA somehow manages to beat Gonzaga and Baylor, they will become the 3rd team ever to beat 3 1 seeds in a tournament. It's physically impossible to beat all 4 1 seeds because you can only play 3. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Please let me know your predictions in the comments. And like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you tomorrow.